Hey boys and girls, it's me, Mrs. Willard here with your first week's visual art lessons for this time of remote instruction. So it's the week of 8/24, and by being able to view this video, I know you have completed the poll question. That tells me that you have come to my haiku site and are at least trying to do the lessons that I have worked on for you for this week. So welcome, and let's get started. Okay. So first of all, we're going to go over the tools and materials that I can rely that you have. These are the things that the county has said you need to have for your school supplies. It's not a lot for an art class, but there is enough to be an artist. So I have been told I can count on you having crayons and pencils, a pair of scissors, a glue stick, and lined notebook paper, okay? So every lesson we do during remote learning will be able to be accomplished with these items only. However, if you have other things available to you, you are most certainly allowed to expand your amount of supplies and what you are using during all the lessons. But you don't have to have more than this to complete the tasks and be completely fine in terms of how I judge your work and what you are doing. So I wanted to let you know that. This is an excellent time to go get some supplies if you can. Art supplies in the school section are pretty available and quite a bit less expensive right now than they will be in a few weeks. So for example, right now, these boxes of crayons at Walmart are 50 cents. They will be closer to $2 to $3 if you wait until after school supply stuff is out. And that's kind of true on all the school supplies, which include the basic art supplies that a school would use. So if you can go get markers and colored pencils and some other thing, construction paper and some other things right now, I think you will enjoy them and it will be a little less expensive right now. But do not worry if you don't have other things. You can absolutely complete our lessons with the other things, okay? So first of all, let's talk about making the sketchbook. If all you have is white lined notebook paper, that's what you have, and that's gonna be fine. You're gonna take about 5 sheets of that paper, okay, and fold it in half and crease it, okay? And that's gonna be your sketchbook. Part of a sketchbook is that you need to keep these papers together for the entire time of remote learning, okay? You are not gonna pull things out and crumble them up and throw them away. This is a practice place, and it is gonna allow me to see your practices, okay? And every week you will get a sketchbook challenge and you will work on it. And I wanna see all of that, the good and maybe the things that are not so good and how you overcame that with practice, okay? So if you have a stapler at home, I would recommend that you take the edge and right at the edge you staple it, okay? That is gonna help you keep this together. If you don't have a stapler, you might put all the papers in a folder, a separate folder from your classwork. If you don't have that, you're just gonna need to keep these papers together, okay? It would be better if you have the white printer paper to do this exact same thing with your printer paper, okay? So again, take about 5 sheets, fold it in half, and staple it or put it in a folder, okay? And that's gonna be your sketchbook. You are gonna need, for when you bring it back, to have your name and your grade on the back. So I would just go ahead and do that right now, okay? So that's gonna be able, so when you come back and bring them to me, because you're gonna keep these and bring them to me, it will make it much easier for us to then keep them and keep them separate. At home, that's not such a problem. But please do put your name on the back cover, okay? And so if you have either of these, you will have everything that you need to do this, okay? And That will be just fine. If, again, you can go purchase some other things for that, I'm going to show you a couple of options that are pretty inexpensive. Right now at Walmart, these composition books are 50 cents. So the paper is lined, but this would work really nicely for your sketchbook challenges and keep everything together. Also, just a plain notebook, a small notebook. Again, the paper is lined, but because of the spiral binding, it will be easy to keep it together and easy to manage with the different challenges on the different pages. So that will work fine too. These are $1 and under at the Dollar Tree, Walmart. Again, you may even have one from last year that you can pull out some of the already used pages and have the back part of it to be your sketchbook. You need about 10 pages in here if you're using one that's already been used. At the Dollar Tree, they also have sketchbooks, okay? And they have white sketch paper in them. For $1, you get 40 pages. They have a doodle pad, also for $1. It's newsprint, so the paper's not quite as nice. It's not whiter, it's a little thinner, but it has 60 pages for $1. So either of these would work really well also. They have a little activity pad for $1 that has some white paper and some colored paper. A good little add-on if you can get that. And last but not least, at Walmart, they actually do have real sketchbooks. They are labeled as sketchbooks. These are a little pricier, so I'm not expecting you to get one, but if this is something that you love, you could definitely get one at Walmart right now. It has the spiral binding, which is nice, and it has a harder kind of plasticky cover that will keep the book, you know, a little bit from getting dog-eared pages and things. This is, you know, an extravagance, so please don't feel like you have to have this, but it would work really well if you can get one, okay? So that is what you need to do this week. You need to come up with a sketchbook, okay? And then your sketchbook challenge for the week for everyone is to draw and color a great picture of your choice to decorate the front, okay? It's gonna be drawn. You can use crayons. If you have those other supplies, you can use it. Think about what you want the cover to be. You want the cover to be like a really exciting picture to say, I'm excited about my sketchbook. I care about it and I care about my artwork. You may need to think a little bit about what you're gonna do and then put some real effort into this. Next week on my live chat, we will share these. So share your covers. So that is your challenge for the week. If you buy a sketchbook pad or something like this, obviously the cover is already on here. Personally, I would just open up the front and make the cover be your first sheet. You are going to want to, on your sketchbook challenges, put the number of the challenge. Like this is challenge number 1. It's the first week. And maybe even the date. So that will make it a little easier to keep it organized when we come back. So I hope you get this done this week and enjoy doing it and have fun. It's an exciting week to be back learning, and I cannot wait to see you back here in my classroom, guys. Take care and have a good week.